Well, Greg, I would say welcome to Baltimore, but you've been here before. You coached here, obviously, under Brian Billick. How's it feel to be back in the building?
It feels great. It's a great organization, and it's one of the reasons I came back here was just how strong this organization is. From the top all the way down. There's a lot of familiar faces that just getting reacquainted with. So it's good to see a lot of the people that work in the building here that I haven't seen in about 10 years or so.
You're the senior offensive assistant, tight ends coach here. Since you got hired a few weeks ago, what's really been your focus? For day one, what have you kind of been working on?
Really, it's been about getting together with Marty and the rest of the staff, as well as John, and just kind of setting the course for what we want to get accomplished this year, and digging the trenches. Trying to lay a good, solid foundation. So we've been pretty engrossed in meeting on, kind of big picture, and then we'll whittle it down to the finer points as we go.
When you look through your career, one thing stands out. Wherever you've been, those offenses have had success running the ball. You've had a lot of ground and pound teams that have had success running the ball when you've been a coordinator, wherever you've been. How do you think you'll be able to help out with Marty in the run game? And that's been a focus here. John's talked about it, Steve Bisciotti's talked about it, is kind of getting the running game back on track. How do you think you'll help out in that area?
Well, I think we'll all get our marching orders and make a decision on what direction we want to go. And if we put our minds to it, we'll get it done. I think there's a lot of good players here. You need good players to have success in any phase of the game. And, we got to get them indoctrinated a little bit into a little bit of a new way of doing things. But I definitely think, we want to be a balanced offense. That's what I'm getting from Marty and John. And that's, I think, how you win in this league consistently.
You obviously have been an offensive coordinator for Buffalo and San Francisco. In your role here, how do you think that experience will really help with Marty as you guys are game planning and looking at opposing defenses, all of the work that goes into, getting ready on Sundays?
That's going to be a pretty natural thing. I've obviously held those responsibilities. So when I come to work every day, it's how can I help these guys achieve success. So it's really simple. It's just getting on the same page and moving forward. All that experience does help. It really does. The more you do it, as long as you keep an open mind to your personnel and stay focused on what the team is trying to achieve, I think the sky's the limit. So really excited about working with Marty.
This is not your first time working for Harbaugh. You worked with Jim, San Francisco, and at Stanford. Now, obviously, you're here with John. Can you tell similarities in the way that they run their program?
I'm gonna fall back on a old Harbaughism here, and I'm not gonna.
I know you're gonna do. That's where you're going.
I'm not gonna compare people because somebody ends up being diminished. I think there's a lot of truth to that, though. I mean, I've gotten to know John some over the years. Have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and it was. I think there's definitely a common thread that comes from their parents. Hard work, dedication, and doing things the right way. You are, you're what your track record says you are, and they've both been extremely successful.
I want to talk about this tight ends group. You look at it, you have the veterans and Dennis Pitta, Benjamin Watson, then you've got a bunch of young guys, Crockett Gilmore, Max Williams. I mean, them.
Yeah.
How do you view this group as a whole?
Wow, it's a very, very interesting group. There's depth and there's width to it. A lot of different skill sets, and it's going to be really interesting to see how we can deploy these guys. Some of these guys can really multitask. They could line up anywhere. Some of them can be in the backfield on the line of scrimmage, split out. So pretty multi-dimensional group. I think you can do a lot with a group like that.
And just to finish up, Greg, what has you most excited about joining this group and being here?
Wow. I think everything, but just the opportunity for us to put our minds together, develop a plan, get with the players, and start working through that plan. And then we're going to have to make left turns and right turns along the way. And that's a really exciting part of it for me. This organization's always really had a tremendous amount of success, so we're going to get to work and really try to achieve that kind of success. That's what we're all chasing, is the big trophy at the end of the road. So I'm really excited about working with these people.
Well, Greg, appreciate the time. Glad to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.